Hello. Today we shall listen to the story of fourth incarnation of Lord Vishnu, that is Narasimha. This is a special form where Lord Vishnu is neither a human being nor an animal. Oh, he has a head of a lion and a body of a human being. Now, why did Vishnu take this weird form? Oh, come on, let's listen to the story. But before we start the story, have you listened to the story of Varaha? Oh, if not, the link is in the description. Please make sure you listen to that story before you listen to this one. Okay, now due to the death of his brother Hiranyakashipu is now enraged. He is so angry. He thinks the Devas had cheated him and his brother by taking the form of a wild boar. And now he was determined to take a boon from Brahma so that he could conquer the death. He performs penance, he performs meditation for long years, and one fine day Brahma appears in front of him. Hiranyakashipu thinks that he is the smart fellow and asks for a special boon. The boon is like this. He asks for a death neither inside the house nor outside, neither by a human being nor from an animal, by no weapon, neither in the daytime nor at the night time. With these four conditions, Hiranyakashipu thinks that this boon will conquer the death. Brahma, being a naive fellow, says, okay, tatastu, and grants the boon to Hiranyakashipu. Happily thinking that he has conquered the death, Hiranyakashipu returns back. And he thanks his wife Kayadu in supporting him. He accumulates his army and prepares for a voyage on the world. To conquer the three worlds, he sets out for a voyage. By now, Kayadu is pregnant and Hiranyakashipu is out in the wild to conquer. Time passes. Kayadu is 8 months pregnant now. One fine day, Narada comes to Kayadu and says, Kayadu, you are about to deliver a baby. You should be in some safe place now. Come on to my hermitage. I will take care of you and your baby until your husband returns. Kayadu is more than happy to go to Narada's place and she shifts herself to Narada's hermitage. In Narada's hermitage, the preachings about Lord Vishnu's divinity was a continuous one. Narada and the other hermits take turns to tell people about the miracles of Lord Vishnu, about the stories of Lord Vishnu. Kayadu was a constant listener to these stories. But due to the fatigue of pregnancy, Kayadu falls asleep one afternoon. Something special happens. During the story narration, Narada could hear that the baby from the womb of Kayadu was responding to the story. Was the sound that came from the womb as the story continued. Narada was now happy that the son of the most notorious Rakshasa is going to be the devotee of Lord Vishnu. One fine day, Kayadu delivers a graceful boy baby. Time passed by, and one day Hiranyakashipu returns victorious on the three worlds. He was now the king of all the universe. He thanks Narada for taking care of his wife and the child and takes them back to his palace. Since he was so happy looking at his beautiful son, he names this son as Prahlada. Prahlada meaning a person who gets utmost happiness to the person who looks at him. So the cause for utmost happiness, Prahlada. Hiranyakashipu, now being the king of three worlds, assumes himself to be the god. And also in his mind, he thinks that he has conquered the death too. So he bans anybody from praying to Vishnu, and he wanted everybody to pray to him. Lord Vishnu's name was banned. To his surprise, one day when he gets up in the morning, he hears that somebody is telling the shloka about Vishnu and praising Vishnu. Oh, angrily he runs about his palace in search of that sound. To his surprise, he finds that his own son Prahlada is folding his hand and meditating in the thoughts of Lord Vishnu. Surprised and shocked, now he thinks of how to stop about it. He has no other option than just killing this little boy. So he orders his soldiers, his guards, to take this boy to a hill and throw him down the hill. As the guards drag Prahlada to the top of a highest mountain. And by now, Prahlada is continuously praying, performing bhajans of Lord Vishnu and praising Lord Vishnu. With a very hard heart, with very difficulties, the soldiers push him from the mountain. Lord Vishnu saves people who pray him. So as a miracle, Prahlada slides down the mountain with ease and flies in the air and lands on the ground without even a scratch on his body. Guards run back to Hiranyakashipu, telling the miracle which they had seen with their eyes. Hiranyakashipu does not believe the story. He orders for the poison, strong poison from the doctor, and then gets the dangerous poison in a bowl. He takes this poison to Kayadhu and says, "Your son is causing me disgrace. Everybody is laughing at me that I am ordering the whole world to stop thinking about Vishnu and forget Vishnu, but in my own house, my son is not listening to me. So I want you to feed this toxin poison to your son and kill your son." Kayadu, after all, a mother, she couldn't even say no to her husband, finally decides that she is going to feed this poison to her son and let everything be decided by Lord Vishnu. So she takes her young son on her lap and mixes this toxin to the milk which he drinks and feeds this milk to Prahlada. Miraculously, this milk turns into a sweet dish, payasa, and the poison does not work on Prahlada. Nothing happens to Prahlada, and he goes away playing from the jumping from the lap of his mother. Everybody who's looking at this scene is shocked and is helpless. Hiranyakashipu tries many other ways to kill this little boy, and in every other way Vishnu saves Prahlada. Okay, one fine day Hiranyakashipu is done with it. He says, okay, done. Now you tell me, where is your Vishnu? I being the Lord, I being travelled for all three worlds, have not seen this Vishnu. Tell me where your Vishnu is. Prahlada, with all his innocence, says, Vishnu is everywhere. From a small tiny particle to the huge tree, Vishnu resides in every particle in this universe. Hiranyakashipu finds it funny, and in the hall of his palace he goes to one of the pillars and says, is your Vishnu in this pillar? Prahlada joins his hand and says, yes, Papa, he is here. Hiranyakashipu goes to the next pillar and says, is your Vishnu in this pillar? Prahlada joins his hand again and says, yes, Appa, he is in that pillar. Now Hiranyakashipu goes to the third pillar and questions for one last time, is your Lord Vishnu in this pillar? Prahlada, as usual, joins his hand and says, yes, Appa, I believe that Lord Vishnu is present in that pillar. By now, Hiranyakashipu was so angry that he takes his gadha and bangs onto that pillar. Show me where your crooked Vishnu is. I want to see him. And he takes his weapon and bangs to that third pillar. What do they see? The pillar trembles, the pillar falls down, and from inside the pillar is a weird form, a huge form which is neither an animal nor a human being. A huge form which has a head of a lion and a body of a human being, is angry, is roaring at the top of its voice, and then plunges out of that pillar. As soon as he sees this weird form, this angry form, Hiranyakashipu realizes that his death is here. He tries to fight with Narasimha. Nara meaning human, Simha meaning lion. Narasimha. But in his mind, he knows that he is nothing compared to this avatar. Narasimha, in an angry rage, pulls Hiranyakashipu, puts Hiranyakashipu on his lap, drags him to the threshold of the house. By now, it is the dusk time, the twilight time, which is neither the day nor the night. This form is neither human nor animal. He drags Hiranyakashipu to the threshold of the house, which is neither inside the house nor outside the house. As the last condition, Narasimha tears open the stomach of Hiranyakashipu with the long nails which he has. So, no weapons were used for his death. He pulls out his intestine and wears the intestine as a mala. And thus, the death of the very bad king, very bad Rakshasa, is according to the boon he had received. With this, also the anger, the vigor, the rage of Narasimha has not ended. Our little Prahlada comes to Narasimha, joins his hand, does not show any trace of frightened, scared, and praises Vishnu with his own shloka. Looking at Prahlada, praising him, all the anger of Narasimha disappears. Did you like the story of Narasimha Avatara?